Hey, welcome to another race review of the Aragon Grand Prix, brought to you by Checker Flag Auto Racing News. I'm your host, REDBET. The race was held at Motorland Aragon in Alcant, Spain. Attendance for the race was 37,846 people. And just a reminder, please like and subscribe. We're trying to build the subscribers up. Please like and subscribe. So as the race was about to begin, we have Francesco Bagnaia on pole, Jack Miller in second, and this is also the return of the king, Marc Marquez. So as we're about to begin the race and we're off, Jack Miller tries to pass Francesco Bagnaia on the first turn, but he's unsuccessful, and Francesco Bagnaia is able to hold on to his pole. And this is just only the first lap, and the reason why I say this because there's so much drama in the first lap. Coming off of turn 3, Marc Marquez loses the rear and Quartararo runs into the back of him, and he goes down really hard on turn 3. This is the end of his race, and also this is big implications to the World Championship. As you see here, Quartararo bike actually hits him while he's going down, so it adds insult to injury. It's a horrible day for Fabio Quartararo. He actually had to go back to the medical tent to get some bandages for the cuts and abrasions he received during the crash. And here is Pecco Bagnaia's team letting him know that Quartararo's out of the race. And then we have another incident on the same lap. Taki Namagani runs into the back of Marquez, goes down really hard, and this is a really dangerous crash. Riders had to drive around him to avoid him. He was helpless on the track. As you see here, Maverick Vinales on the onboard camera, how he had to ride and avoid him. After all this damage, Marc Marquez's bike is smoking and he's losing parts to the fairing starts to come off. Marc hasn't raced for 112 days and he's out after the first lap. You see the bike smoking here. Parts are coming off of the bike because the rear tire is rubbing on the fairing and you actually see them coming off. Marc Marquez's race is essentially over. He was able to ride around and make it back to the garage, and his bike was way too damaged and they decided to call it a day. And here he is explaining to a team member what happened during that crash. As of lap 4, top 5 in the race were Francesco Bagnaia, Jack Miller, Enea Bastianini, Brad Binder, and Aleix Espargaro. On lap 6, Enea Bastianini passes Jack Miller for second place. Enea Bastianini was on a charge today, and it showed from the beginning of the race. Enea Bastianini was on a mission today, and there was a cat and mouse game between him and Francesco Bagnaia for about 15 to 16 laps where they're going back and forth. Here, Francesco Bagnaia gets passed by Enea Bastianini on lap 9, so this was a really good back and forth battle. But on lap 9, also, he goes in too hot, and Francesco Bagnaia is able to take back the lead, which he's able to keep until near the end of the race. Also, Brad Binder of the KTM team had a decent race. He was in second for a while, started fading, but he finished 4th. The top 5 as of lap 12 were Francesco Bagnaia, Enea Bastianini, Brad Binder, Aleix Espargaro, and Jack Miller. Speaking of Aleix Espargaro, he passes Brad Binder on lap 22, gaining 3rd place and gaining a podium place. Cat and mouse game continued for the last final laps between Enea Bastianini and Francesco Bagnaia. Francesco Bagnaia was still in first, but Enea Bastianini was getting really close to him and really charging hard, trying to go for the win. And on the final lap, last lap, Enea Bastianini pulls off a great move, passes Francesco Bagnaia on the last lap and all the way down to the wire. They were racing right down to the wire, but in the end, Enea Bastianini is able to take the win at Aragon. This is Enea Bastianini's 4th win in the 2022 season. He's having a great season so far, and honestly, this is the reason why he's been picked up by the factory Ducati team. Here's a paddock. They're all celebrating the Gresini Ducati team. Usually you see the factory Ducati team on the podium, but hey, Enea Bastianini's on the podium today along with Francesco Bagnaia, and next year they are teammates. Here they are shaking hands because in the end, they both are winners today because Fabio Quartararo was out of the race. Francesco Bagnaia was able to still pick up 20 points, and now he's only 10 points behind Fabio Quartararo in the World Championship. Celebrations in the Gresini Ducati team, also the factory Ducati team. Fabio Quartararo being out, that means Francesco Bagnaia picked up 20 points and now he's only 10 points behind in the World Drivers' Championship. There are 5 races in 6 weeks coming up, so this Drivers' Championship is heating up. Celebrations all around as the Gresini Ducati team had a great day, Factory Ducati team had a great day, because Fabio Quartararo not finishing the race and Francesco Bagnaia coming second, he picked up 20 points. 20 points. So now he's only 10 points behind in the World Driver Championship. There are 5 races in 6 weeks coming up. This World Driver Championship is definitely heating up. Here's Enea Bastianini coming back, and now he's celebrating with his team. The Beast, as he's also called, another win for him. Honestly, in his young MotoGP season, his future is definitely bright. Here he is with Francesco Bagnaia sharing an embrace because honestly, they're teammates next year, so they didn't want to ruin each other's race. Pecco Bagnaia had a great day. He didn't fall, and he was able to pick up maximum points with Fabio Quartararo being out of the race. Enea Bastianini with another win. This is only his 2nd year in MotoGP, and he already has 4 wins this year. He's been having a great season so far in his young career. Also, Ducati picks up the Constructors World Championship at this race. They've had a great year so far with the Ducati teams they have. Here's Aleix Espargaro coming out for his 3rd place. The Aprilia team. The Aprilia team this year, you gotta hand it to them. They've been doing really great for a small team. So congrats to him. He gets 3rd place after he was able to pass Brad Binder near the end of the race. His partner, Maverick Vinales, did not have a great race. On his Aprilia, Maverick Vinales came in 13th. So the Aleix Espargaro show was the only show for Aprilia in town. Francesco Bagnaia came in 2nd. He wasn't first for most of the race, but honestly, he didn't need 1st place. He just needed to pick up a lot of points with Fabio Quartararo being out of the race. The winner for the day was Enea Bastianini. Enea Bastianini in his young career, another win, 4 wins for him, and here's his team celebrating. Honestly, he's been doing really great. It's very understandable why the factory Ducati team promoted him to the factory team for next year in 2023. So congrats to him and congrats to all the other winners. Here they are spraying up the champagne. It was about 25 degrees at Aragon, not too hot, but you know, you gotta celebrate when you win. There will be more MotoGP videos and Formula 1 videos coming in the next few weeks. There is 5 MotoGP races in the next 6 weeks, so be prepared. We're gonna be doing a lot of videos on our channel. So congrats again to Enea Bastianini, another great ride. Here's the results of the Aragon Grand Prix. And here are the top 10 driver standings after the Aragon Grand Prix. REDBET signing off. Hope you enjoyed the video.